So I wish we had the game in studio. That would have been great, but it's Laraine Bennett. She's joining us today to talk about a new game called Know Thyself from Sophie Press. And Laraine, thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you so much for having me on.
Of course. This is a game that I'm sure many people at the end of this interview will want to have in their homes. But to just start, so the viewers know who you are, you've co-authored several books with your husband, and now you've designed your second game. So can you just tell us a little bit about Know Thyself?
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. Actually, it sort of came out of the idea that, well, first of all, we've done a lot of books together, my husband and I. He's a therapist, I'm the writer, and we've written a lot about temperaments, which has a long tradition in Catholic spirituality. And so we'd written these several books on temperament, and our adult kids and their spouses just love to play games. So they have so many more games nowadays. Like when I was a kid, I think I had one game. I think it was Monopoly. And nowadays there's so many. And I was like, wow, we could take the information that we've gleaned from writing these books on temperament and how it relates to our Catholic faith, but put it into a really fun game that would be great for families in the summer or coworkers and team building and all sorts of things.
The game of temperaments. So was it difficult, honestly, was it difficult to come up with the questions? Because, you know, we have a game show here on Catholic TV. It's called WOW, the Catholic TV Challenge. And I write all the questions, and I know how hard it is. So you have 450 questions about personality traits. Was that hard?
No, it was actually very fun to do. And actually, it's like the cards look like this. I don't know if you can see it, but on each card is a word or a phrase, and then what happens in the game is that there's one judge which rotates around the game, the playing table, and everybody chooses. They'll say, "Who is Monet?" or "Who is Bishop Reed?" if we're playing with you, and everybody chooses from their hand one card that they think best describes you. So that's kind of how it goes. So it's a lot of descriptive words and phrases and sometimes book titles and all kinds of other interesting things are in here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So it makes it very fun and exciting to play. So for example, I have in my hand, let's say I have take charge, party animal, introspective, steady Eddie, bourbon, and then you pick the one that best applies, and the game goes on, and it provokes a lot of like laughter and conversation, and even learning, because we played last night with our adult kids and their spouses, and also our 9-year-old grandson. And it was cute because he was like, what does this word mean? And so he kind of learned like a little bit about, vocabulary there.
That's great. And Laraine, I know when we were speaking earlier, for myself, I had never heard of what temperaments were.
Okay.
So can you just walk through, for those maybe who find themselves in the same boat, what are temperaments? And maybe just inform people what they could be walking into when they purchase this game for themselves.
Right. It's a great question. So temperament is that aspect of our personality that is God-given. So we kind of say it's the way God kickstarts our personalities. It's not the whole of our personality. So we're not putting people in boxes, but it is that part that is innate. It's sort of the way we're hardwired, if you want to say it that way. But so it's not the whole of our personality, but it is a very significant part of it. And it describes the way we tend to react in situations. So some people are very impulsive and other people are very thoughtful and slow and deliberate. Some people are very take charge and other people are very easygoing and just like to fit in. So these are all aspects of our temperament. And it was used like for many, many years in spiritual direction. Like that was maybe the very first way it was used way back when, in the monasteries. And it's so many saints and spiritual writers and even some popes have written about temperament in this way, using the ancient Greek classification that we use in our books and also in this game, which is choleric or choleric, phlegmatic, sanguine, and melancholic. So those are the ancient Greek terms, but they have a long history in our Catholic faith.
To thine own self be true. Laraine, with summer vacations coming up for many families, people are looking, like your family loves to play games, so others do too. So what age is appropriate for Know Thyself?
Yeah, well, we say on the box we actually put 12 and up. But actually, as we discovered last night, even a smart 9-year-old can play very well and have a good time.
How about an 85-year-old?
Absolutely, 85 and on up, 90, go for it.
Good.
And the more the merrier.
Good.
The bigger the group, the more fun it is.
Wonderful. And Laraine, how can viewers learn more about your work and get Know Thyself for themselves for their homes?
Yes, they can go to sophiainstitute.com and you can buy the game there. You can buy our books, The Temperament God Gave You, and other books. And I think it's on sale right now, so head over there now and get it for your beach week.
Some big summer sale. Know Thyself, the game of temperaments with, as we say here in Boston, 450 cards.
Yeah, excellent.
Laraine, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that a lot of our viewers will take you up on your offer to get a copy of the game or a box of the game, whatever you call it, and use it for their summer vacations.
Yes.
Thank you so much.